The most materialistic scene I've ever seen was driving around suburbia in my ancient used car with my on-again, off-again boyfriend riding shotgun. We got lost and got to this huge cul-de-sac that only had 2 houses. And we saw this mansion of a house, this heaven of a house, this American fantasy of extremity that could have housed 10 of mine and 20 of his. So naturally, we were sure that the owners, sure, they had never worked a day in their lives, and we were the ones who would deserve something like this more because we knew what it was like to share, to have hand-me-downs handled with care, and 100-year-old houses that screamed whenever you tried to sneak out of them. And this vision of a house made me admit that if my parents ever get sick, like their parents all got sick, I would need to be able to take care of them. So I will have to work very hard to get higher than where I am. And we were staring and complaining and contemplating, but neither of us said what we were both thinking. Someday, I'm gonna live in a house like that. So she pushes on the pavement with the spirit of her hoops and heels. She don't got fancy ones, 'cause she's found no better deals. At home she's a dope, but is she dope outside of Allentown? No, she's alone, but she knows that she'll press on again.
Acceptance letter, also a rejection letter. But he's got to keep going to get all first letter A grades. But those grades are expending his home plates. Pure myth that he's lost all of his reservation home traits. But to Wasichu, this land, this culture, he is a spokesman. Everybody knows him as a know-it-all, so be sure to ask him about the land that he's grown in. This is the new culture that he's thrown in as he tries to find his place in this space that now probes him. He'd like to be a human, another body in a world of bodies. Ikchewi Chasha, common man, is the only thing he'd lobby for. But these groups are hoping that he'll give probably more perspectives on these issues that he didn't even mind before. Looking inside, he realizes it's a time before a normalcy of indigenous presence, so he's proudly for giving 2 cents, but who is he to speak for a whole people when his whole life, even to them, he's never been an equal? Feeling deceitful, he now reminds them, this is my opinion and outlook, so don't try instilling what I say to any other tribe or even mine when I can only speak for me and maybe another person that I vibed with. He's a grown kid living inside purgatory. In-betweenness will forever be his allegory. A modern nomad relating to, yet never belonging. Concrete on one foot and the others in the tall weeds. Those feet are mine. Those moccasins I will never have. And yet, these feet are mine, and these moccasins I will forever have. Stop! So he pushes on the pavement with the spirit of his moccasins. He don't got a pair, but he wears them till he's off again to home. He's a dope, but he's dope to those off the res. No, he's alone, but he knows that he'll be on again.
I've been thinking about the whips and the drums and the culminations on plantations. Descended from the southern slaves, Bahamians, and Crucians. A new sun to who once toiled within the shadows. Confused once by the nuance of the art of waging battles. Braving wars in the sound of the spiritual, true lyrical miracles wove entendres in the gospel genres. Can we give them honors? All the fathers hardened, begging their pardon, still have their part in abolition starting, never forgotten. So I keep my heart in the chest and wear my mind on my sleeve. Cause when the mind they oppress, the heart will always grieve. I've gotta let my mind breathe. Could have been killed if could read. My spirit died and came back. Rap with the faith of a mustard seed. I'll lift my voice till the angels bleed. 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 So he pushes on the pavement with the spirit that they bought from him. No heirs, but an heir to something lost to men. To whom he's dope, but a dope to those who know the ropes. No, he's alone, but has high hopes.
Ambitions of an abolitionist. Ambition, dreams, persistence, and bravery. Abolitionists, men and women against slavery, trying their best to stop it. But how do you stay strong when looked upon as microscopic, deprived of freedom for profit, the works of hell? Innocent people took him from where they once dwelled, from Africa, the motherland. To this day, I'm still trying to understand, but on the other hand, I'm trying to devise a plan. Because the history of African Americans was based upon a scam against the black man. Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman were abolitionists, turning something out of nothing. They were goodwill hunting. But nowadays, the goal in our soul is kill and still to be stunting. My brothers are fronting. Why try to be what society wants to see? A minority with a majority in prison and poverty. I don't know about you, but that stuff bothers me. Cause see, my goal in life is to be better than the man who fathered me. And even though that goal is still too far to see, there's no corner on the block, crack rocks, or cops gonna stop me. I know that touched some of y'all, but I don't care if none of y'all listen. Because when the whole world's gone missing, I'll still have my ambition. See, as a boy, I wrote raps whenever I got bored, or grabbed my sword in the box and hopped around like a megazord. Games my mama couldn't afford. The landlord was always gassed up like the first Honda Accord. But forget the details. All you gotta know that a brother's gonna prevail. My flow forever lasts. You couldn't measure the mass of my raps with a beam scale. Hell, that's what I give you, because that's all I'll ever live through. I never had tissues for my issues. I never had no bye-byes, I love yous, I miss yous. My dad said I didn't cry when my mom died. Said I was too busy looking at everybody cross-eyed. Well, but the days where she couldn't even stand, still walked me from school with groceries in her hand. See, anything is possible, especially to the kids. Listen to this. Anything is possible. All you do is believe. If you don't agree with that, there's the door. You could leave. Thank you.